Developing new skills is obviously very important. The more you learn, the more you educate yourself, the more opportunities that you get, the more stronger mentally you become and physically strong. I mean, there's just so many benefits to learning different techniques, learning different strategies, and educating yourself, whether you're in school or not. One of the most irritating and frustrating things about learning anything is the learning curve. In this video, I want to talk about that. My name's Sean Kiefer, and this is Better Black Man, my YouTube channel where I talk about passion, productivity, and practicality. And in this particular video, I want to talk about the learning curve. If you're interested in that, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So a learning curve is something that you experience when you're trying to learn something, maybe for the first time, and it's that time where you just really not quite getting it, but it's coming along, and it takes time, it takes patience, it takes discipline to really get through that. I don't care if you're trying to get your real estate license. I don't care if you're trying to learn how to put on more muscle at the gym. I don't care if you are trying to learn how to code or play a video game for the first time. It's very rare that you kind of are a natural at something, and usually when you're a natural at something, you find that out very early on in life. You kind of stick with it, and you either make a career out of it or it's a hobby of yours. But most things that you get out here and learn, or skills that you develop, takes time to understand. It takes time to figure out, and you can literally apply this to anything. I deal with this anytime I get a new phone, anytime I purchase a new video game and start to play it. I deal with this anytime I get any kind of new tech equipment. Say this winter I purchased my first snow blower. I had to put the snow blower together. I had to learn how to operate the snow blower, and as a result, I experienced a learning curve. Now, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because I want to explain to anyone out there who deals with this that it's a natural thing, that it is ultimately a positive thing, because when you're experiencing this learning curve and the frustration that comes along with it, know for certain that you are downloading some information into your brain. Your brain is working. Your brain is processing that information, developing a way to deal with it, developing a way to understand it so that it makes sense to you, so that you can ultimately become better at it. And if you continue to do it on a consistent basis, maybe even become a master of this. But none of that is going to happen until you experience that learning curve. And like I said, it does not matter what it is. And this video is just to motivate you all out there to continue to push, continue to strive to get to wherever it is that you want to get to learn whatever it is that you want to learn, to educate yourself on whatever it is you want to educate yourself on. And don't give up. Stay with it. Stick to it. You are going to get around that learning curve eventually. For some things that are a little bit easier, it could be shorter. For some stuff that's a little bit harder, it could be a little bit longer. But it's a necessary thing that you have to experience anytime you're learning something new. If you're experiencing a learning curve, all that's telling you is that you're learning something new. You're learning something that you do not understand as of yet. But once you get around that learning curve, you will understand it, and it's going to be a lot easier from there. So don't give up. Continue to push yourself. Continue to strive. Continue to educate yourself. Education does not stop at school. When you graduate from high school, if you're fortunate enough to do so, unlike I was, if you're able to go to college, when you graduate college, that is not where learning stops. You can always learn something new. You can always educate yourself on something new. And anytime that you do that, you are going to experience a learning curve. If you're not experiencing a learning curve, it's either too easy of a task, or you probably, chances are you already understand or have an idea how to do it. But 9 times out of 10, no matter what it is, if you haven't experienced yet, if you haven't educated yourself on it yet, you are going to experience a learning curve. And I'm here to tell you that that is a-okay. Ultimately, that's what you want. You want to experience learning curves all the time, because all that means is that you're educating yourself on something. You know, you're putting an extra tweak to it, because it could be something that you already know. Maybe you already know how to drive, but you can educate yourself on how to drive a stick, or you can educate yourself on how to drive a specific car. You know, maybe a faster car. Maybe you get a foreign car. Maybe you've been driving American-made cars for the longest time, and then now you have a European or German engineered car. You are going to experience a learning curve. Trust me. I became a homeowner back in June, and huge learning curve. Going from renting practically all my life, literally all my life up until this point, rented all this time. Now I'm an owner of a home. There's a learning curve there. But you don't get to experience a learning curve unless you're doing something new. Home ownership is an entirely new experience for me. So I can continue doing what I'm doing, or I can experience something new. I can educate myself on something new. Anytime you do that, learning curve. This video is specifically done and created to motivate everyone out there watching to continue to fight, continue to educate yourself, continue to strive, continue to pursue your goals. Anything that come along with that, you deal with it, you face it head on, because ultimately you know, you have the faith and belief that you're doing something great, that you're doing something positive, that you're pushing and trying to achieve something greater than you ever experienced, something that means something to you, something that's meaningful, and that you have an opportunity to make an impact. Continue to educate yourself, continue to push, and don't be afraid and don't avoid the learning curve. It's a necessary process to ultimately get to the next level. That's it for you guys. That's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was informative. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoy content like this, if you enjoyed this video specific, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more information like this. My name is Sean Kiefer. Peace.